Hello, I'm David, and I just wanted to introduce myself again. It's been a few years. I've been compelled and called to do this video. I actually just tried to do two YouTube live streams and couldn't get my audio right. I don't know, there might have been an issue with Apple Music being open. Somehow there's reports that AirPods get hijacked that way, or user error. For whatever reason, I suppose I'm supposed to record this, even though I wanted to try and attempt to do a YouTube live. So I'll have to figure it out at some point, maybe use StreamYard. But if you're watching this and you're wondering, who is this guy and how did I even get subscribed to this channel? It is because I did a documentary over 8 years ago, and you watched it. It had to do with simulation theory and the shape of the Earth and this version of reality that we live in. And I was thinking I'd call this video You Were Chosen, because it has to do, well, my heart, where it's at right now, has a lot to do with being called to do something that you don't necessarily want to do. I don't know if that's you, but you were likely chosen. And with that, with being chosen, you still have to make a choice on whether you will answer the call in certain ways. And I've done that throughout my life in many ways, in a lot of different situations. But it's kind of annoying. I'm supposed to do this, apparently. I'm supposed to talk to you. I am supposed to share this. The title of the video was A Strange Truth Project that I done 8 years ago. And it got shared a bunch of times with different titles. A lot of people even ran ads for it. A lot of people made money on YouTube ads from it. I didn't make a penny. I didn't want to. I made that movie originally for 20 people because two of my most beloved in my life, I told them to their face and looked them in the eyes initially and told them that I believed this place, this realm, this heaven in which we live and exist was not what they'd been told. And they both, one laughed at me and one looked at me like I might be entering some type of, or a form of psychosis. So I realized very quickly that you can't just tell somebody, hey, maybe we never went to the moon. Hey, maybe the shape of Earth is not what you've been told. So I spent that year, 2017. I'm just doing a quick recap in case you were wondering, who is this guy? Who is this David? And why is he showing up in my feed? So I spent the larger part of 2017, basically from January, the end of January, when I just went down a rabbit hole. I was in some forum and just, it had to do with something completely unrelated. And somebody was asking about the shape of the Earth. And somebody had replied to him in this forum and said, it's pretty simple. All you got to do is get a camera so high and then you'll be able to see the curvature of the Earth. And I think they were saying like a hot air balloon, or just take the camera up to that altitude and you'll be able to see it. And then I kind of just started researching, and then I saw stuff like, water always finds its level, crepuscular rays, and the moon missions. Yeah, they're happening again, right? They're not touching down. Of course, they're not going to put a rover on the moon. They're just going to do a wraparound. They're going to do a 10-day trip. Start on April Fool's and end on the 10th, I guess. I think they come back on the 10th, if I'm right. They sent me down a rabbit hole, and by April of 2017, told two people that I love the most in this world. And I already mentioned how they reacted, and I realized, hey, I'm not going to be able to just say these things. I got to try and build a case. And I wasn't really trying to build a case to sell something, because I'm not here to sell the truth. I'm not here to you can't do that. You can't force someone to see something. That's something I learned. But you can. I don't usually wear my ring at home, but I figured maybe I should. I can't find it right now. That's strange. It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I don't love jewelry. So I decided to put together a video. It ended up being 2.5 hours to kind of just share my perspective. And I sent it to like 20 friends and family, and then it kind of just blew up. And the reason why I did that is because Spirit wanted that message to be shared. I'm assuming. Actually, I know. Um, it's a hard thing when you tell people stuff, and I've seen and witnessed, and I'm getting goosebumps. I call it the washover, where magnetic energy floods your system. It starts at the base of the spine, and then it just washes over, hits all the extremities. Um, but I'm getting that right now. I've been getting it a lot every day. I've been getting downloads and information that I suppose I'm supposed to share again. And it's not easy. I've always thought about, I already know the title of my next documentary, and it's called The Lucid Project. It's the name of my LLC. Um, but I don't think I can wait I'm being called to do this, so I'm going to do it. But I was sharing how it's a hard thing to tell people stuff that maybe that's hard to believe, that is completely outside of the accepted perspectives. And I have more now, and it's going to be interesting to share. I'll say that much. It won't all be right now, that's for sure. But that took me on a crazy journey. I mean, I followed Spirit 2000. I moved in that year 2017. I mean, a lot of stuff changed. And it continues to change every year since then. In 2020, I did another 6-film docuseries about that nasty illness that plagued the earth, that plagued the crown, the corona of people's minds. But I'm here again, and I got to tell you stuff because I've realized things about myself and about this place that I suppose are meant to be shared, and I'm being told that, and I'm trying to reconcile it. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's my dog barking. I don't know how good his AirPods are, but he's pretty upset about something. Someone must be approaching my front door. He's a great guard dog, Kilo, the Golden Doodle Prince. So I feel like I have more to share, and I can't wait. I can't wait a year for me to make this new documentary. I've realized that a lot of things have happened to me that have not happened to other people. Most other people do not tell their most beloved, or let's put it this way, they don't tell their friends and family, people they trust, very jarring intel, and have them stick at their side. Remember the first thing when I showed my wife that the Strange Truth project that I had spent that year making, and I let her preview it first. She gave me some good notes, some good feedback, but I'll tell you, the first thing she said was, "I think you should share it." She didn't believe it all, but she saw where my heart was, and that's the thing. You got to start in the heart, not the wallet. Start in the heart, not the religion. Start in the heart, not the everything. So, and I think that's when you're aligned with spirit and that frequency of true love, I guess, or praying and seeing and believing in a future for humanity that's only the best, then maybe that's when it's allowed to connect. And so I'm just testing this. I'm recording this video. I'm going to give it to you, and I'll probably keep it up for a couple of days, see what happens, if there's any comments. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't even open my comments on that initial video, and people were commenting on other videos a second video that I made about a buddy and his charity, and they were leaving a comment on that for this other movie. I didn't even know the reaction that people would have. You never do. I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, but I've realized things have happened to me that don't happen to most people. Most people don't dream the future. Most people don't actually have it come true. They don't have it written down like with proof that they can show to somebody else and be like, look, I dreamed this. Or they can look at for themselves and be like, look, you weren't crazy. I started like when I was 19. Started having dreams that like were coming true within the week. Like, and it was happening multiple nights. And that's why I started getting into my dreams. That's why I decided to master lucid dreaming earlier in my life. I've had visions that have come true. One of the most important jobs of my entire life, a career I had for almost 2 decades. I saw when I was going to get the call. I knew where I was going to be when I would get that job offer. I mean, those are the kind of things that make you look at this realm and this version of reality and be like, what is this place? Most people have not had all their dreams come true. For the last 5 years, I was in a harder place because all my dreams came true and I was looking for new dreams. I mean, that's why I put in my, I think it's like the description, whatever, in YouTube, that I am lucid in the dream coming true, because a lot more things have been coming to me. And for whatever reason, I guess I'm supposed to somehow share them. And it's like, I don't know if I look comfortable on camera, but I am not, like, this is not for me. Like, this is not necessarily where I want to be right now or what I want to be doing. I mean, I guess I do, because I am. I just feel like it's time to rise. And if this is the only one, that's fine. This is all I was supposed to do. That's great. I mean, like in this version on YouTube. I mean, I can't even get a YouTube live to pick up my AirPods. So, I mean, I'm just like some guy. But then I know I'm not just some guy. And I know you're not just some guy or girl. You were chosen. There are things you were supposed to do that you are denying yourself because it is scary and it's uncomfortable. Like this right now. Like, this is uncomfortable. I keep laughing. I've seen that, or I guess I've learned that most people have never had an out-of-body experience. I mean, most people haven't even had a lucid dream. Some people have tried to do all these things. And then for some of us, it just happens. It just happens naturally or by accident. And then you can focus on it and start to develop that skill. Most people have never flown in a dream. It's my favorite thing to do, is to fly. It is very fun. Most people have never shot lightning from their hands in a dream. Most people have never saved the world in their dream. Most people have never done a lot of things. So I don't even, it's funny, like now I'm like, what do I talk about? What do I even say? I had a lot of thoughts before I got on here. I know I'm supposed to do this. And so I'm trying it. And again, it might just be this one deal. But a lot of stuff is coming. There's a lot of change, and a lot of people don't see the way that the grid is being cleaned and programs are being deleted. It's funny, that makes me think of humans and entities on Earth, in Earth, and NPCs. And what does that mean? I was talking to another beloved couple recently, and they're like, well, what does that mean? Like, is that real? Like, what are you doing? Are you like saying that people don't exist? That, like, some of these people aren't real? And I asked them, what is an NPC? An NPC is a non-playing character, right? And so I asked them, if someone lives their life strictly based on what they're supposed to do, aren't they merely being run on a program? Isn't a program running them? Like, they have been programmed. That is programming. I'm telling you to do this. Society, a person, a place tells them, you can only do this thing. You should only ever do this thing. And then that's all they do. Does that make them an NPC? Because that's what an NPC is in a video game. Their script, they're given programming script, they follow it, they execute it. That's what they do. They don't deviate. So are humans doing that now? Does that make them an NPC? Was I one at some point? Can an NPC be awakened? Can they come online? Was I offline? And that's a strange thing. I realized looking back on my life that I always had a connection to spirit, and that the Christ was always lighting me up, igniting my heart from within. It is an inside-out game. A lot of people look outside for answers. But everything is an inside-out game. Isn't that what the Christ said? To look inside yourself, because you were chosen and you will do greater things. Didn't the Christ say that? I don't know if I have more. That might be it. I love you. That's all I want to say. Peace.